Hello, hello, hello! England has just joined the war. I just finished doing the Austrian moves in the south. We still have this fighter. I was going to move it away, which is why I didn't use it, because I'm worried about the Russians, but I think it's more important to make sure that these guys have low efficiency for their next turn. They didn't really hit us here. They moved a lot of their tankier units here. This unit, this symbol, I'm pretty sure means he's cut off, but he did. Liège captured. Mighty fortress. It was a very mighty fortress. I'll give him that. Brussels is already kind of sketchy to go for. Let's bomb it with the planes first. And one more. What's this looking like? 3? I have to take the shot. 4. Oh, they didn't retreat. I thought they'd get afraid. We need to back those units up with some attacks. Man, our cavalry is really not getting its use in, because I needed to break through like a valve here. Do we move this general south? I think so. It's, again, healing when they're only down 2 is not optimal, but gotta keep those front lines all lined up. And here we got tons of garrisons. They haven't pushed us yet. We're obviously not attacking into them because it's suicide to do it against full infantry battalions using garrisons, but you know, you always gotta check out. And then here's that. And now we almost need to capture Antwerp or Calais just to give our subs a little bit more range, because this is kind of sad. That's also kind of sad. So the Serbians cannot attack into the Russians. Neither can the Germans. And that was the Western Front. So production time. Please close this. The Austrians. Oh, that was I meant to do a garrison there. Well. I guess we're pushing. Yeah, I meant to put that infantry here. I don't really like the inverted. That's why it makes me want to double down on the whole thing, but yeah, that's how you deal with Russia. You send a bunch of nobodies. German production. The only question is whether or not it's worth. A lab is 45 production. Like, it's so expensive. Specialized bombard, spotting, chlorine. I mean, super railway bombardment sounds cool, but I don't think that's what we want. I think we want to use our only research focus on this. Cannot buy an additional lab. Labs don't cost much to upkeep, though. Produce. I think Germany needs to keep going. With time to get some thick infantry. And another garrison. As crazy as it seems. This is looking alright all of a sudden. This is weaker than I wanted. Again, they're going to start hammering us in the south, so we got to get motion in the north. And that's all done. Our fleets are in good spots. You guys will let me know if you see something I'm missing, right? Alright, I mean, as this war expands and we start getting the Ottomans in and stuff, it'll be harder to manage for sure. And just think about how, like, right now it seems like we're in a good spot, but imagine if Italy was already at war with us. Then all of a sudden we have a whole other army, and it's like the Austrians do not have enough to fight against that. So we will end turn. AI needs to know what to do. Here comes the Russians. They are not afraid. Ooh, cavalry. Lots of cavalry. Yeah, I remember the north being a little bit of a scary place to be. Whoa, a plane? Are you crazy? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if Russia starts with any trains or if they start with a single train. Oh, I didn't want them with artillery. But that's fine. We'll have to airplane that unit and then attack it from both sides. Back it up. Either hit it with the cav or hit it with the garrison. I don't know what a good spot for it is. Maybe here? Fresh unit in Brussels. We came so close to taking it last turn is the worst part. Now we got to get that unit out of there because it will die. Seeing some British ship movement. Russia is in the war. Naval research is open. Technology is available. Save, please. Close. Continue. So first things first, we move this cavalry back and we move... Oh, he has to use the train. That sucks. I still think I want him here. Well, no. Choo choo. We don't want our cavalry to lead us. Though I'm sure they do fine. What I'm thinking is shifting completely. Despite the cavalry's only really useful up here, though. It's just the enemy is having a chance to nail down. We're advancing slower than historically here, which makes me want to bomb this and try and funnel out this way. There we go, finally. Yep. We've got a hole, son. We've punched a hole. Hit them pretty hard. Can't fix the people that have used the train. I want to get my general back up there. I was going to wait a turn, but now that I'm here, I'm like, nope. We got to focus on the north. If we don't push north, nothing good happens. And to the point where we're going to risk the Mets by attacking out into this infantry just to slow that down. Again, being okay taking losses in the south as long as it pays us dividends. We want to attack the fighter. I think that's dangerous. We'll go there. I think we lost some. We lost one there. We're going to move this guy here, and we're going to repair him. So far, so good. Okay. As discussed, we gotta bring him down. Down. I can still bomb Belgrade. That kills him, and then we cover off for that. Into Belgrade, into Belgrade. They've got artillery nearby, which is the scary thing here. I mean, so do we, but we need to reinforce that line. But can we push? This unit isn't entrenched, so we have to take those opportunities, and then we gotta plug that gap. So, pretty snaky, but we do have it's contiguous. The Russians. How can we make the Russians pay? Wow, that was 2 awful engagements back to back. But that was a really good engagement. So maybe I'm a strategic genius? I mean, that's one of their highest production units. As thought and discussed, the Russians... We're on the other side of a river to them, though, so at least we have some protections here. This is sketchy. Where do we push to Warsaw, or we push out east? I think that we want to be defensive on the east. But, like, we could hit their cavalry real hard here. Which I think is what we really do. I would meant to do that with this infantry. That's okay, though, because if they push up to attack us, that means they're on this side of the river. This one is not entrenched. Ooh, we were supposed to do 4 damage there, except we only did 2. That's where it would have been nice to have cavalry to push through, like what we did here. This big overrun that gave us the Pearson. Technically, right now, if they don't seal this up, we could be on Paris. Sadly, this isn't further north, and they're not further ahead, so they're gonna crush this cavalry. Just, you know, the cost of doing business here. 1, 1, 1. I am gonna do this one. This one's been waiting for it. While I'm thinking about production caps too, I'm gonna purchase 2 more infantries for the Germans and 1 for the Austrians. And because the Austrians don't have any reinforcements coming for a while, we'll get them a small thing too. Germans need more infantry out here. As always, Big Brother Germany needs to do most of the carrying. Sometimes you end up needing more infantry out here as this unfolds, but I think we have a couple of turns before that's going to become a thing. And then I'll have a good excuse to drop the heavier infantries there instead of on the Russian front. Until then, we should probably fortify Königsberg, because this one's going to take some hits. I'll do this attack, because it's a fair trade. We're not attacking into that. I am worried about Königsberg and this artillery piece. All of this is actually, like, this could fold real hard. And folding to Russians is bad. Especially when you've doubled down on a push in Belgium that isn't, maybe just isn't paying out like you had hoped. So far, no movement here. We did see a little bit of movement around here, but nothing worth really discussing. Oh! So I'm pretty sure this sub is dead. Because he's going to start beside a light cruiser. I almost want to take the shot at the capital, the pre-dreadnought, but didn't hit him. Yeah, and it's not worth reinforcing, for the record. Sometimes you can mess up the AI by putting submarines in the way, but you know, if you lose a battleship, especially here, a tier 3 dreadnought, like this is a good ship, your morale is gonna tank like never before. The biggest thing about the Germans having a navy is literally just to prevent an easy landing in northern Germany. I don't have to reinforce this territory at all. I mean, I'll do this. How about that? Because the enemy cannot land troops here. And they will not. Because they're afraid of our ships. Which I'm actually deploying mostly on the Russian side. Let's put that there. This here. Just for a little bit more sealed protection. and we'll put a bait out, basically. We do have convoys coming from Sweden, I think. Metals and stuff, but they come from out here. From the northern. So we want to make sure that our convoys make it while denying the most of the enemy. So I keep scrolling back around, double checking. We moved all the fleets, we moved all this. We have convoys coming from our colonies. They ain't gonna make it. So that's just as sad as that is. Very good, I think that's everything. So let's zoom in for another turn. Oh, yeah, there he is. 7 damage on our light cruiser. But he's in a really bad spot. And we have a dreadnought up there as well. Oh, I wanted that cavalry's gonna get so hurt. Making them pay for that one spot. Ooh! They're pulling back to Verdun, but that's back across the river in a way that's bad for us. They're in better defensive location now. And they didn't push back. What is this, World War I, where all you need to do is defend? We're gonna try and hit Belgrade here. We're not gonna get into Belgrade, but we're gonna try and hit it. And this is what I was nervous about, this frontier. But we scared them enough by deploying troops that they're gonna shift south. An artillery? Ooh, they got 3 trains? Man, I'm pretty sure if you play as the Allies, you have 0 or 1 train as the Russians. If they get 3 trains, that is... They're more industrial than Germany. Germany only has 2 instead of 3 or 4, and the Russians have 3. That's insane. So the Austrians at least are finally up to their full war effort. Quick save. And close. Continue. Cool. German seasoned commander, cautious by nature, makes him well suited to the realities of trench warfare. Inclined to consider defensive rather than offensive. Oh. I don't know, man. This guy here has 2 ground attack and a shock. Production close. Yeah. Is this a... Sorry, is this a naval? Or an air? He's air. Well, we have 1 plane, so. This commander's in a great spot right now. I just don't know if we want that commander on the Eastern Front, so I'm gonna avoid the question and go to the Austrians. And we're still going hard here. I don't know if their zones of influences, like, overlap here. Like, this unit has 11 ground attack, 18 defense. This unit has 11, 17. This one has 11, 17. And he's under both their influences. And 18 is better. 18. Yeah, this one has 18 and 11. So this one might be influencing him in a bad way. I don't know. Either way, we're bombing Belgrade. And we're going to run missions over Belgrade. And we're going to hit Belgrade. And we're going to swamp. I don't know about hitting Belgrade again. I did it. And I did it. We definitely need these 2 units to be reinforced. That's a great trade for us again. This unit here, I'm not sure what we're doing with yet. I think they're going to swamp. And I'm going to push on him. And these units are going to take huge losses to wound this unit so that he can't swap and do huge damage on us. We've pulled this whole front way down. Huge losses both ways, especially on our side. This unit was the one we hit last turn for a bunch, so let's hit him again and again. And I'm willing to go for a kill. We need to shore that up, attack him. It's like free, yeah, to reinforce the small garrison dudes. I almost wonder if it's worth going down here though and opening that up even more. I think so. I don't want him to get cut off though, which is what I'm afraid of. So how do we prevent him from being cut off? That artillery is in a devastatingly effective position right now. We could hit this cavalry really hard. And that cavalry, in fact. I'd love to go for a kill. Didn't get it. And that move requires that I shove over. I don't know though, hitting this unit seems so good. But what I'm really afraid of is this unit. So. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's all right. And then we have to reinforce that spot. Gotta reinforce them. Oh, we didn't use this plane. We want to reduce the efficiency of something. Probably this infantry. So see, we're already super thin here is what I'm afraid of. So maybe stop attacking. Forehead. Nah, we can't stop attacking. We're in it now. And we didn't deploy the German general out here. Which is fine, because I want to push out here. I also don't, like, again, we're gonna lose a lot of units on this front. But it doesn't mean I have to do it, you know, without holding them back. I just hate to give up the shock and stuff, but it's a great spot for a general. How do we push through? This spot here. There come the Brits landing. We're gonna pick on their small units. We're gonna pick on their big units. We're gonna push. We're gonna push. We're gonna bring this cav back up. This one obviously needs to be repaired. Honestly, that's a safe spot if I just step into this entrenchment, so. And then we'll rotate. But you can see how, like, we are definitely, like, taking losses here. And as we extend north, we're stretching out this reserve of garrison units. Very dangerous. We just have to stretch and bend and not break. So that's all of this. Oh, they didn't hit our sub. Maybe only the unit beside it can hit it, and it technically wasn't a destroyer. I don't know, it's really hard to catch units as the Germans until you have a port. So until then, we're gonna I don't remember seeing a unit fly by here, but it's always good to keep your boats in motion here. As long as they're in range to support each other if a French fleet shows up. I don't think they'll ever try anything in here. The AI is not that creative. They definitely take World War I mentality to heart here. Alrighty. How do we deal with this bad boy? I want to make it so that he cannot return to his port. So, bam. And look at the ammo. Oh, wow, we took a huge hit just trying to fire at him there. Armored cruiser. Yeah, we're not going to take that shot. Oh, I should have taken him all the way back to port. Okay. And there's our merchant convoy. So this is terrifying. A level 2 dreadnought? Like, I did not realize that the pre-dreadnought could be just sunk by that. In fact, I should have moved him one step closer to prevent a flank. This could end up real bad for me, especially because I don't have any of my subs nearby. Normally the Russians are not ballsy enough to take a head-on fight. The fact that I thought I could trap the dreadnought made me feel better. His efficiency is only down to 9. Well, we can use the plane on him next turn, maybe, if we remember. I did all of my Austrian moves without needing a commander there. The question is, like, where would I even put him? We have 1, 2. I'd hate to triple. It should have been on this guy. And do we need more troops down here? Really? No. Like, everything's weak, and it would be good to have fresh troops, but we gotta defend our land here. Let's go in an aggressive position. And this is a good... They can hit our artillery, so we gotta make sure that we at least dissuade that a little bit. Production. We're in full on. We just need infantries. I'd like to go deeper into the like air production kind of stuff, but especially on this hard mode, you just don't really have A, the ammo, B, the production capacity to go outside of the infantry. So you really got to be taking your choices here, especially as more allies join in. Like Germany, Austria, and the Ottomans just do not have enough in the long run. Like, this could be a failed campaign, but you know, we gotta make it work if we can. So I'm gonna zoom in here, end turn. We'll see what happens, and then that'll be a close to this video. Let's see what the enemy do. And the trains are really so that you can reinforce back and forth, but I just like deploying adequate numbers to each front. So, oh, that's a big hit. Yep. They're a little bit afraid of us, I think, because I deployed so many units, despite that they're weak. This I was afraid of. Sarajevo held with just 2 unit strength left. And they really shoved. Oh my god. I don't think I've ever seen Serbia so offensive. French. Ooh, that's sketchy. Ooh, they took more than us, though. Oh, but they're gonna kill that unit. Yep. They plugged a good gap there. We were starting to get a good wrap on Brussels, but now the Brits are showing up. Man, hard mode, you know, privileged AI start position is really, it's really hard to overcome this thing here. I really thought by deploying all of our troops here we could punch, but you know, you can't, like, the Germans were into France by the time they actually got locked down. Turkey closed the Dardanelles. Yeah, so basically we're behind schedule and over cost. But von Mackensen with the skull on his thing. People might be familiar with von Mackensen due to his presence in Hearts of Iron. So, considered one of the best field commanders in the German army, experienced command, reputation as an opponent of the breakthrough, as an opponent of breakthrough, exponent of breakthrough tactics. He thinks we can break through. What does he give us? I'm gonna just preview that. 1 shock, 2. Yeah, he's just a good commander. He doesn't give like 2 shock or something like that. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I'm definitely having a lot of fun with this one already. Hope you are too. I'll see you in the next one.